If you're on a diet, Chicago is not the city for you, baby. I'm telling you, because 90% of your itinerary is going to be you eating. So here are some of my favorite food and drink recommendations for your next trip to Chicago. For breakfast, you gotta try Honey Bear Cafe when you're in town. I must say, y'all, it is worth the internet hype. That French toast flight is amazing and the portions are huge. Next, we head into the south side to Pearl's Place. Now, this is a more casual breakfast option, and Honey Bear Cafe is definitely giving grandma cooking after church. Now, if you want to people that's big on aesthetics, I do recommend the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. They got plenty of drinks. It's a little cafe with pastries as well. Now, if you're looking for a solid brunch, happy hour, or dinner option, Soul Vibes is all of that in one. The drinks and food is fat as hell, I'm telling y'all. But this is a popular spot, so make reservations in advance. Now we finna get into them heavy hitters. Cleo's is really one of them ones. The owner has roots tied to Mississippi, and you could taste it throughout the food. Now, it is a bit on the pricey side, but the portions are generous, and this is some of the best soul food you're gonna get in the city. Now, for those of y'all that ain't scared to eat past downtown, I'm telling y'all, you gotta try the Harrows on 127th and Halsted. It's definitely worth it, and Home of the Hoagie is also in the hundreds. A lot of people like to order that sweet steak sandwich from here, but I only get the turkey hoagies, and keep in mind, it gets real packed around lunchtime. Now, a lot of people don't know that Chicago got some really good barbecue, and Wilma's is really one of them ones. They have a new jerk menu that I highly recommend. I was busting that down, but I do recommend their barbecue at both of their locations in the burbs and downtown. Now, Provare is my second favorite restaurant in Chicago, and for those of y'all saying it was overhyped or mid, cap. Now listen, everybody got their own opinion, but in my opinion, that food was taking me to the king, especially that seafood pasta. Now, you can spend all day eating at Hyde Park, but you gotta stop at Virtue. This is my favorite restaurant in the city. I uploaded my review, the video before this one. I'm gonna be thinking about this meal forever till I go back. Chemistry is also in Hyde Park. I would say this is a restaurant you go to for aesthetics and special occasions. The drinks are cutesy, but it's a little bit on the pricey side, but we'll get to that in my review later. Now, El Shay is the most talked about restaurant in Chicago, well, to tourists. Let me tell y'all was telling me that it was salty and overrated and overpriced. Baby, that was not my experience. Hands up to God, this shit was fire. Now, here are my pizza recommendations. I recommend trying both thin crust and deep dish, but thin crust where it's at. And that's just a few recommendations. I ain't even touch on the Mexican and Chinese food.